Greatsword players cannot stop winning. Not one, but 2 hidden Greatsword cancels made it into the official release. Last time I covered the guard cancel, which lets you cancel parts of your recovery animations into guard. This time I'm covering the focus cancel, which lets you instantly transition from perfect guard into an attack with no wind-up animation. Together, these cancels give Greatsword an incredibly fast defensive option that can instantly become a damage option. Here's a quick rundown on how to perform the guard cancel. A normal guard is performed by holding the right trigger. To perform a guard cancel after an attack, simply hold a direction with the left stick before holding the right trigger. The focus cancel is a little more complex. During your perfect guard, enter focus mode by holding the left trigger. Press your attack button, and then release the left trigger. You can perform an overhead slash by pressing the top face button, or a rising slash by pressing the top and right face buttons at the same time. You can also charge these attacks like you normally would. Okay, aside from the timing, that sounds really simple, but there's one important restriction. For the cancel to work, the direction your character is facing cannot be aligned with the direction your camera is facing. Guess what focus mode does? It aligns your character with your camera. So how do you pull off the focus cancel with this restriction? The key here is locking your character into a direction with perfect guard. Turn your camera before the guard, so the camera isn't aligned with your character. When your character guards an attack, they get locked into a direction and you can initiate the focus cancel. Alternatively, you can quickly turn your camera during the cancel, but this is extremely uncomfortable on a controller. Now, if you want to learn the focus cancel really fast, here's how you do it. I'm going to break this down into manageable steps. Head over to the training area and set the dummy to smash. Step 1. Turn the camera. Step 2. If you can't land perfect guard, it's time to get good. Stand there until you have that rhythm mashed into your head. You can let go of the guard button anytime after the perfect guard. Once you feel like a longsword player, it's time to move on to step 3. During your perfect guard, start holding the left trigger and the top face button. The charge slash is the easiest attack to perform and recognize with the focus cancel. Now, the final step. For the cancel to work, you need to release the left trigger after you press the top face button. If you did everything right, your hunter will snap into the charging position as soon as you let go of the left trigger. So what do these cancels mean for Greatsword? Wild's Greatsword has some of the best defensive options in the game without sacrificing offense. You can stand right in the monster's face, and as long as you're not caught mid-swing, you have access to perfect guard and an instant follow-up attack. It's completely reactive, and you can charge your counterattack if you have enough time. If you want, that attack can also be one of the best offsets in the game. You have some really fun skills to play with too. Doshagama's Might gives you 25 raw attack for 3 minutes after an offset or power clash. When you get this armor set in low rank, it's just 20% more damage all the time. I highly recommend it. Offensive guard gives you 15% more damage after a perfect guard. And regular guard too, apparently, because the description is wrong. It only lasts 12 seconds, but that's a lot of damage for 3 skill points. Greatsword players can take a lot of chip damage, which means they can make great use of resentment, one of the few armor skills that gives you damage. That's another potential 25 raw attack. I'm working on a full Greatsword guide that will be out soon. If that sounds interesting, consider subscribing.